Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm super late in getting this weigh-in video up, so sorry about that. It's just been a hectic few days, and my work schedule has changed again, at least for this week. So I'm not getting things done in a timely manner right now. I want to talk to you today about my weigh-in update, and also just I'm feeling the need for a change. So hang on, I'll be right back. Well, today is Thursday, July 18th. I weighed in on Tuesday, although I have to tell you, I waffled back and forth about whether or not I was actually going to do the weigh-in. Decided to go ahead and do the weigh-in because it doesn't do me any good to avoid the scale. So the week leading up to my weigh-in, I was stress eating the entire week. My car was giving me issues, and that affected me in a way I was surprised about, actually. It wouldn't go up hills, and it kept losing power, wasn't going up hills. And of course, out here in South Dakota, I have to go up hills like everywhere I go. So I was stress eating, and then my work schedule changed. So I went from working a mid shift, which is from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., which is an okay work schedule for me as far as my eating schedule. So I went from that to working closing shift from 2 in the afternoon to 10 at night, which has totally thrown me off kilter. Right now I'm working around it the best I can. My biggest problem is that, when I get home from work at 10 o'clock, I am trying not to eat. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit, maybe just eat a protein snack or something, maybe a couple hard-boiled eggs, just something to kind of push me over that edge of I'm hungry. But anyway, I wasn't expecting a good weigh-in on Tuesday, and my weigh-in met my expectations. So let me stop here and show you what happened. Also, this is just a side note to Weight Watchers. I don't care for your new update. When I did my weigh-in and entered my weight and everything, a new screen came up that I wasn't familiar with, and I don't like it. I'm just putting it out there. I know my opinion does not matter at all to Weight Watchers. I just don't like it. So, and that has nothing to do with my success or quasi-success on the program. So, if you saw my Facebook post the other day, I told you I felt a need for a change. Now, I'm not leaving Weight Watchers. I'm staying on the program. Matter of fact, staying on the program is really important to the changes I want to make. Most of my changes are personal. I've kind of been in a rut for a while, not with weight loss. I mean, I have been with weight loss, but I know those reasons are correctable. My problem is I just haven't been staying on the plan the way I should be, because I know the plan works. It's worked for me in the past, and I know it will work for me again as long as I work the plan. Yes, I'm meal planning. I'm doing all the things. I have all the tools I need to succeed on Weight Watchers. The bottom line is, am I utilizing those tools to the maximum capacity? And the answer is absolutely not. So I have created a challenge for myself. And it's not an easy challenge. But my birthday, my 71st birthday, is in 85 days. And so I have challenged myself for the next 85 days to stay on plan and not exceed my 23 points a day. Um, with the exception of a couple special occasions that I know are coming up. Those days I will allow myself to go off plan. One of those days is next week, actually a week from today. So we have an event here at the campground. It's a Christmas in July event for the employees. I have been asked to play Mrs. Claus, or I should say I've been voluntold to play Mrs. Claus. Um, and there will be food, there will be drinks, and there'll be gifts, and it'll be a good time for the employees. It's kind of a morale booster mid-season for us. And so those are that one day I know that I'm going to go beyond my 23 points. And then I have a friend's birthday coming up here in a few weeks too, where we've planned to a special outing. So that day I'm not expecting to stay on plan. I'm going to try to stay close though. So for the next 85 days though, my big focus is going to be just stay on the plan. I am not putting a number that I'd like to lose before my birthday, because I know if I just stick to the plan, I will have a weight loss. I mean, we all know this is nothing new. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So I'm also making some personal changes too. I have decided at 70 years old, almost 71, that I no longer want to dye my hair. My hair naturally is almost completely white. And it's time just to stop with the blonde and trying to look like I'm 25. So I have decided sometime within the next 85 days, I'm making an appointment with a hairdresser here in town, and I am going to go back to my natural hair color and just let it grow out naturally. I just feel that's a change I need to make for me. So another change I'm making is just taking better care of myself, like skincare and things like that I've neglected over the years. Now, I have been blessed with really good skin. I've always had a good complexion. And what this is right now is completely natural. I don't have any makeup on other than my eye makeup. So I don't need a lot, but I just want to be able to keep my skincare up. That's just something I'm going to do for me. So with the diet, and right now I can't do a lot of exercise. It seems on my days off it's always raining. I have not once yet been able to hit the trail. And honestly, I'm not quite sure physically I'm ready for it. Since I had the stroke last September, I have noticed a lot of changes. I don't have the endurance. I don't have the stamina that I used to have. And the doctor had warned me it could take a year or better to get any of that back. The one change I am going to make though is, I am allowed to take during the day 2 15-minute breaks. I have never or rarely taken those breaks. And I have decided I'm going to start taking those breaks and just go for a walk. Maybe a 5-10 minute walk, get some water, refresh myself a little bit, just to get up and walk and get away from my desk. I don't know if that will make any difference at all in how I feel about myself. I know mentally it will make a difference. Physically, I'm not sure it's going to make that much difference, but it's just something I need to do starting today. And the other thing is I've been working a lot of overtime. I've been covering shifts for people that, because I am the supervisor at the hotel, I have felt it to be my responsibility to cover those shifts that aren't being covered, for one reason or another. And I don't think I want to do that anymore. I want to covet my time off. I rarely get a day off, a full day off, because I am always answering emails or, you know, getting called back to handle emergencies and things like that. Um, and I think going forward, I'm just going to start coveting my time off and say you have to call somebody else. Uh, Again, that's not going to make any difference in my weight loss, but it's going to make a lot of difference in my mental peace. Because right now I'm feeling like I can't let work go. And at my age, I want to be able to let work go a little bit. I've done my fair share. And if you're my age and you're still working, I know you know what I'm feeling. So because I'm working so much, other areas of my life are cluttered that I need to unclutter. Just even my personal living space is terribly cluttered. I made some headway on Tuesday. I got some stuff over into my storage unit, but this is still cluttered. And now I have a cluttered storage space. So by having my storage unit, I've just created more clutter. I've asked my daughter if she could come over here at sometime in the fall maybe, and just help me go through the storage unit and through here and just get rid of stuff. It's easier for her to sit down with me and say, Mom, you don't need this, let's get rid of it, than it is for me to try it by myself, because I just feel overwhelmed all the time. So uncluttering my space is another thing, another change I'm making, and hopefully I don't reclutter it up. So I have a lot of craft supplies that, once the season is over with, I'll have more time to spend with that. And it's something that I enjoy doing, so I really want to do that. I just have a lot of it, and it needs to get organized better. So that's another change I'm making. I'm just going to declutter my life. The other thing is my budget. So I am overextended on my credit cards since the wedding. I'm not maxed out, but I'm getting close. And so I have just decided that, no more credit card spending. I'm going to get these credit cards paid off, and just, I have a debt-free goal that I'd like to meet in a couple years so that I can retire for good. With, grandkids starting to come now, I want to be able to be a grandma and spend time with them instead of worrying about I have to work because I have these bills due or I have to pay off credit card debt. So my main goal there is just to get out of debt and stay out of debt. So I sort of promised my kids that I would work until I no longer owed money to anybody. And that's kind of that's what I'm doing. I'm working until I get out of debt. And because I'm really starting to get tired of working, I really need to get out of debt. So uncluttering my finances, uncluttering my personal space, making some personal changes, body-wise, look-wise, I think it's going to give me a whole new outlook on life. Maybe even energize me again in the Weight Watchers program. I've been struggling the last few years. I had lost quite a bit more weight and gained some back after COVID. And I've just been struggling to get back to where I was. And who knows, maybe my body is just saying, hey, where you're at, it's okay. Now, I don't believe that. I still weigh too much. For my height, I'm only 5'2". I'm overweight, and it needs to go. And I'd like to be able to get off some of my blood pressure medicines. Not sure that will happen ever. I'd rather take the medicine than have another stroke. But all the physical changes, the mental changes that I'm going to make, I think it will be better for me. And maybe give me a better outlook on the future. I don't know. I mean, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not sad. I'm not depressed. I'm pretty happy with my life. I love living here at the campground. I would love it better if chipmunks went through, wouldn't chew through my transmission wires and, make my car undrivable, because that's what happened. But I'm happy with and I do like my job. Uh, I like it better on some days than other days, but everybody's job is like that. So I think the thing is, I'm realizing that, you know, you're 70 years old, Sue. You're almost 71. It's time maybe to do something different. Maybe it's time to just start slowing down and realizing that some of these things you have aren't necessary, and just time to let things go. I don't I don't know. Are you guys feeling any of that? Do you ever thought that? I'd be interested to know. Well, as far as Weight Watchers is concerned, this week, like I said, I started this challenge to my birthday to stay on plan. So, what does that involve? That involves tracking every day, weighing and measuring. Like I said, I have all the tools here. I even bought a new food scale because my other food scale was starting to get pretty wonky, and I knew it wasn't right. And I did a comparison today when I hooked up my new scale, a comparison to my old scale, and my old scale was pretty far off, which could be part of the problem, that why my weight has kind of not snowballed, but plateaued a lot. It's not everything. There's ways to guesstimate reasonably without putting it on the scale, but I like to weigh everything in grams. So I was happy to get my new scale. But like I said, I have all the tools. I listened to a virtual workshop yesterday, and I'm going to do this challenge. If you'd like to join me in this 85-day challenge, to stay within your, the only thing you have to do is to stay within your daily points. Drop a comment below. I'd love to know if you're joining me. So, anyway, so that's the thing for as far as Weight Watcher. I'm meal planning, and I have to adjust my meal plan though, because to go with what I'm working right now. And the reason I had to make this change in my schedule is because I'm short staffed right now. People are gone for a number of reasons. I had one lady gone because her daughter got married this weekend, and then another person is leaving for a week because his grandmother's really sick, and so it's keeping me short staffed. So I've just had to rearrange my schedule to accommodate that. Hopefully, I will be able to be back to my regular schedule here by the beginning of August. So, the new schedule, like I said, it's playing havoc on my eating schedule. So I'm going to have to adjust things just a little bit. It's doable. It's just annoying. So, we all have things that are doable, but they're annoying, and I keep thinking, I don't need to make progress in leaps and bounds. I can make progress at a slow pace, and it's still progress. Even if I only lose a quarter of a pound a week, that's still 13 pounds at the end of the year. It doesn't matter. I mean, life is going to go on whether or not I lose 2 pounds a week or a quarter pound a week, right? So progress is progress. So anyway, like I said, I'm meal planning, I'm weighing and measuring, I'm keeping track of my nutritional counts as far as calories burned and calories eaten. I have all the tools. I just need to utilize the tools. I have all the knowledge. I just need to put that knowledge into practice. So, and we all do. We all have the knowledge. We've all been, if you're watching me, we've all been at Weight Watchers for a while. And, and some of us have tried different programs, and we've slowly but surely come back to Weight Watchers because we know it works. I know it works. You know it works. So we have to work it. we have to utilize all the tools we've learned from Weight Watchers, the things we've learned from other YouTubers, and together I know that we can do this and be successful, and we're all going to be successful at different rates. Not all of us are going to lose 2 pounds a week. Not all of us are going to lose every single week. When I first started Weight Watchers, I locked into some YouTubers that are still around, not as often, but one is Weight Watchers with Carrie. And Carrie, if you're watching me, I sure wish you would get back on YouTube, because you were my inspiration when I first started this journey. I looked forward to your videos when you showed me what you were cooking, and your weigh-ins with you and Corey. Even the weeks that you didn't lose, you were still positive, and you showed us what you were eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I've used a lot of those recipes. So I really wish you'd get back on YouTube and start sharing with us again your journey, whether you're having success or not, because sometimes we need to see, our favorite YouTubers sometimes go into a slump. We're not always perfect on plan. We're not always losing weight at the pace you are. Many of you who've watched me since the beginning have far exceeded what I've lost. So all of our lives are different. All of our life experiences are different. And I guess the point I'm making is we all have the tools to be successful. How we use them and when we use them is completely up to us. So, all right, well, this is a pretty long video, so I'm going to let you go now. I'll be back. I don't know if I'll be back next week. Well, I'll be back with my weigh-in next week, eventually. I have not been real good at recording my food the last few days, basically because of my new work schedule. It's just getting a little bit more difficult. Once things settle down for me, I'll get back to that. So you guys have a great week, and if I don't see you before, I will at least see you next week with my next weigh-in video. Have a great day.